Hi, so in this video I wanted to share a command line tool that I wrote which allows you to search for text and subtitle files, specifically the subtitle files in the SRT format, which is a very common format for subtitle files. So let me just go ahead and jump right in and show you what this tool does. It's called search and subs, and basically this is gonna be I'm gonna post it on GitHub like I usually do, and this is gonna be the files that you get, at least at the moment of the time of the recording of this video. This is the structure of the repo. You'll have the script itself, and there's gonna be also a man page and a sample config file. So all the instructions for installing, downloading and installing the script will be available on the GitHub page, which I'll link to in the description below. So let me open up the manual page for search and subs, and let's take a look at kind of a few things. Like there's quite a lot of different options that this utility has, but not that many, but kind of still quite a few. I'm probably not gonna go through every single thing in this video, but I will try and give a general overview of what's available. So let's just cover kind of the basic usage first. So I have here in this folder a few videos that I downloaded from Wikipedia. They're like free videos, and they also have subtitle files available for them too. So this is gonna be what I'll use as examples here. So let me just kind of list the contents of this directory to just kind of make it a bit clearer what I have here. So basically here's a bunch of SRT subtitle files that I have in these subdirectories. So there's just like several videos, and these are going to be the samples that I'll be using for this video or for this demonstration. So basically let's take a look at the basic usage. So the way you search for text is you use a -t option, and then you type in your search term. So then you need to pass in the files that it will be looking in, but that is also optional. So like if you don't pass any files, it will look it will use this default glob, which is by default is star.srt, which translates to basically if you have so let me just comment this out for a second, and let me just change directories to this one, because there's like a couple of subtitle files here. So basically if I do ls star.srt, which is the default glob for search and subs, it lists all this SRT files in the current directory. So basically, in effect, what this default value of default glob does is it searches for text in all SRT files in the current directory. So if I where's my command? Yeah, here it is. So like if I just run this here, it will search in these two files, and here it found some matches in those subtitle files. So yeah, this is basically the output. We only have hold on a sec. I'll just run it again. So we have this is the format in which the output is presented in. Basically the file name of the matched file, and then it is followed by all of the subtitles that were matched in that file, and the matched part is highlighted. So that's how that works. But basically this is So this is the default glob. So if you want to search only in one specific file, let's say I wanted to search only in this .en.srt, the English one, I can also pass it that, and then it will only search in that file. Like I mentioned before, there's also a config file that you can use for searching subs. I guess let me open up another pane here, and I'll just make it full screen for now. So in the repo you will have a sample config file. So if I open it, I already have it open somewhere else, but it doesn't matter. So basically this is the what you'll get, and over here is just like all of the options that you can configure. They are commented out, so you could change the default glob here, and you can set it to something else, and then that way you can configure it, for example, to search and like if you use this value, you can use it to tell search and subs to search in all of the subtitle files in the current directory, in all of the subdirectories as well. So this is also explained in the man page over here. And you can use obviously any glob pattern. So if you're not familiar with glob patterns, that's just like something that bash does, and you just kind of you need to know how to use bash. But since this is a command line tool for like I expect that someone who's going to be using it will be at least familiar with bash. But basically there is this special way for bash to kind of match all of the files in the current directory and the subdirectories, and that's how you do it with the double star. So this is like an example that is explained over here in the man page as well. So I just edited this I just edited this sample config file, but let me close that, and I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but so let's let me let me edit the actual config file that I have on my system, or maybe I don't have it, but I'll create a new one. I've been meaning to put this video out in quite a while, so like I'm kind of improvising it right now, but yeah, that's how it is. So, but this is okay because I'll show you how to set up the config file. So the config file goes in the home.config/search and subs directory. So you need to create it. And that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, man, this like okay. I'll close the man page for now. Let me just. Alright, like I'm getting myself confused because I have a different thing open over here at the bottom. But yeah, I'll create that config directory, and I'll copy that sample config file there. So now I can open that copied config file, which is, I suggest that you do this because this way you'll have all of the options over here like ready to go. But obviously you can create just an empty file too, but and I'll just create this I'll just change this option to this, and now if I go back to this one directory up, so yeah, I only have like folders here, so there are no SRT files here, but in the subdirectories there's a bunch of SRT files. So again, like just to demonstrate how this works, if I type in /star.srt, that will include like these are all the files that will be passed to search in subs. So now if I run that, as you can see, we get a lot more search results, and yeah, that's the reason why is because I changed that option. So if I change it back, and yeah, as you can see, it didn't match anything because we don't have any subtitle files in this directory. You could of course also just like pass do this, and that will give the same result as long as sh, like this shell option glob star is enabled. That's what that double star is. But you like in the script itself it's enabled internally, but if you want to pass double star like I just did on the command line like this, then you'll need to enable glob star. This is how you can check if it's enabled. Just type sh opt glob star, and if it says off, then you can turn it on by like this. Turn it off, you do this, but basically you'll need to put it in your bash rc file to make it permanent. But if you want to do it only for one terminal session, you can do it just like this on the command line. But yeah, this explaining this falls outside the scope of this video, so I'm not gonna dwell on this too much. But yeah, like this is the idea. So you can pretty much set up any glob pattern that you want, but this is probably what you'll kind of use most, either current directory or all directories under the current directory, and match all of the subtitle files there. So, okay, I kind of jumped all over the place with this, but I hope it made sense. Let me open up the man page again, and let's take a look at some other options that we have here. So, we covered the basic usage, yeah, so you can also pass multiple search terms. I don't know, I'll just search for another common word, yeah, I'll go for all different files. And as you can see, it also like matched kind of but also, as you can see, some other things got caught, kind of got also matched that maybe you didn't want these things to match, like if it's just a part of another word. And it's good that this came up, because this gives me an opportunity to explain kind of another option that can help you with these situations if you want to search for specifically for a word. For that you can use regular expressions, so you need to pass the -r option to use regular expressions. You could of course also set the default. So by default the regular expressions are disabled, so this is the default, no regex. But you can again like go to the config file, and then you can set this opt regex to any value, but I always use 1 as a kind of as a convention. So like set this to any value, and that will enable the option. But yeah, the default is disabled, so I'll pass the -r over here like this, and then our search term becomes now becomes a regular expression. So the flavor of regular expressions that is used is POSIX extended regular expressions, as implemented in sed. So if you're not familiar, sed is a very useful command line tool, but basically, yeah, it has extended regular expressions support, and this -e option enables it. So when the regex that you put here will be passed to sed, and sed will search through the subtitle files. So basically, this is a sed E kind of regex, if you're familiar with that. But if you're not, I believe I have a link here somewhere that might help you. Yeah, so here is the link to the documentation for that kind of regular expressions. Search for regular expressions or look for regular expressions, regular expressions section in the man page for that information. But yeah, so like let's search for this the specifically as a word for so in that particular variety of regular expressions, you can use these special characters to tell to specify that it's there's a word boundary here. So this should search and match only the as a word. So it must be either at the beginning of the line or preceded by a space. So what you would normally think of and followed by a space or the end of the line. There's probably some more rules regarding that. Maybe with something with hyphens or something like that. But basically, whatever you think of as a single word, it should match that accurately. So if you want like a very specific search, then or if you want to make sure that only that the word boundaries are matched as well, so then use the regular expressions for this. So these are kind of the main things that you need to know when it comes to how to search for things. Another thing that you might want to kind of be aware of is that by default they search as case insensitive over here, so this is the default, but you can make it case sensitive by passing this option. I'm not going to do that because it's kind of self-explanatory, but that's how that works. And also the white space, so if there's a space anywhere in your search term, for example, I don't know, the cat or whatever, like this space, if for example it so happens that the subtitle like in the actual subtitle file there is not a space there, a single space, but maybe two spaces or a new line, that will treat them as the same. That's the default behavior too. But you can specify that if you want like the white space to be matched exactly, then you can use this -e option. But by default it will kind of do what you intuitively would think of, like if it just so happens that there is a line break at this point, it will still match as you expect. But yeah, so this is kind of everything when it comes to matching things, I think. Then there's like kind of another part of this utility. It can also print statistics about what it has searched for. So let's take a look at that. I'll use this wiki search term that I used in the beginning, like in the first examples in this video. So as we can see, there's like quite a few matches here. So we can also view statistics on about those searches, and you do that by passing the -s option or --stats for the long version, and it prints out a table like this. Basically what you have here is just a number of the file as it was passed to search and subs. So in this case it will be in the order that this glob kind of passed the files, but if you pass them one by one they will appear in the same order in this table. Then the file name, or like the path to file, again as passed on the command line. Then all of these values here, matched, total, and unmatched, and matched percentage, they 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 show the number of matched subtitles. So not matches. So like if there were two matches into the same subtitle, that will count as one. That's how it's implemented at this time. I thought of potentially adding another column here for matched, like matches specifically, but maybe that's something I'll do in the future. I'm not sure, but at the moment it's matched subtitles in the file. So like this thing is a unit, and we can see how many were matched and how many subtitles were in that file in total. This is the number that were not matched, so that's simply 19 minus 1, 18. And then the percentage of, so like this 1 out of 19 as 5.26%. And then it also gives you some averages here at the bottom and some totals. So this is kind of, again, all should be pretty self-explanatory. This can be useful if you have like a lot of subtitle files and you want to have a sense of like how often a certain word appears in that set of files. So this can be helpful with that. If you want to kind of read more details about the stats and like what kind of more detailed information, you can take a look in the man page. So yeah, you can also customize the appearance of this statistics table. You can kind of make headers smaller if you don't like that they're this wide. You can use, for example, compact headers, which is -m for kind of minify. So this way you might be able to fit more text on the screen horizontally, for example. And there's other options too. I'm not gonna like go through them in a lot of detail, but you can take a look yourself in the man page. They're pretty it's pretty clear what they all do. You can also disable color, and that if you do that, then it will be just plain text on the output. So for no color, there's only the long option because the -C was used for something else. So, but yeah, you can also configure it, but I don't know why you would want only plain text without colorization, but it's possible. You can also set it in the config file, but yeah. So there's that. Let's see what else. Yeah, there's also a couple of other options that that relate to the search results, kind of how the search itself, I should say. So let's take a look at that. So let's remove all of this stuff, and yeah. So here are our search results. So we can also change certain things. We can so we can do inverse search, which means only show the file name, the names of the files where there were no matches. So the -I options prints the file names that didn't have any matches. Now you can, and also there is another option to do the verbose search. The verbose search does the same thing as the normal search, but it also includes in the output the file names that did not have any matches. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, over here. So what you just saw, like over here when I ran the inverse search, is basically included in the verbose search plus all the search results. So just some more options depending on what you want in your output. Then there is also an option to silence all output, so basically it won't print out any matches, and that might be useful if you only are interested in statistics. So this way you can only print the stats table and nothing else. let me see. I think I kind of went through pretty much everything. Let me see. 25 minutes of recording. Well, that's all right. I think, yeah. I guess like since I feel like I went through a lot of stuff pretty quickly, let me just mention that there's like also different exit codes for when no matches were found. There's an exit code too, and let me search for something that is not probably not in those files. So if it doesn't find anything, then the exit code is 2. So if the exit code is 1, it means that there's an error. But exit code 2 means no matches, but no errors have occurred. So yeah, and I have my prompt always shows an exit code, but you can also view it by typing echo dollar question mark. So the question mark variable holds the exit code. But yeah, so that's that. Let me see. Let's just kind of look through it and see if I missed anything, but I don't think so. I think I kind of explained it, most of the things here. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this little tool and it helps you in doing stuff on your computer. I don't know, looking through subtitle files. Sometimes it's just nice to be able to kind of do that quick search through subtitles and find out where that word was used and in what at what point in that video and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you find this useful and valuable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.